And
It's good.
that's all I got right now.
Hi, my name is Gabi from Musa Elementary. My question is, how come it's so hard to get through the Earth's atmosphere?
So Mark is the smart one, so he's going to answer that one. He was a physics teacher.
Right now, we're moving 4 miles a second. And if we want to land on the Earth, we want to be going at roughly 0 miles per second relative to the surface of the Earth. And we actually use the atmosphere to slow us down. So that there's a lot of friction, and that generates heat. So it's hard. It's just the speed at which we're moving.
That you see when you look out the window. I think probably the coolest thing that I've seen so far is when I went outside for a spacewalk, just having no small little window to look through, but the entirety of space in my field of view. It was amazing and breathtaking, and I think just seeing the Earth in that way and the stars above them was the coolest thing I've seen by far. By far.
Thank you, Colonel Fish.
By far.
Sure. Our next question is from pre-K student William Lehrer.
What do you like to eat in space?
Well, I like eating pretty much everything in here because I can play with my food, but my favorite is coffee balls. So I'll show you about a coffee ball. So coffee, I love coffee on Earth. It's pretty much my favorite thing. But in space, I get to make balls out of it. So check this out. And then suck the balls. Suck the balls. Suck the balls. Suck the balls. That one got away from me. But as you can see, it's pretty fun to play with balls. So I do. Suck the balls. Suck the balls. Suck the balls. And that's pretty much makes everything my favorite dish. Everything my favorite dish.
What do you have to do to prepare for a spacewalk?
Well, it's pretty tough. The suit is really it's you have to be kind of strong to work against the suit because it's pressurized when you go outside. So it takes a lot of training, physical training, and then we have this really big swimming pool in Houston called the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory, and there's a big mock-up of the space station inside the pool, and then we go in the pool, and these awesome divers weigh us out, so it's kind of like we're in 0G and we can practice. So we do a lot of practice in the pool and a lot of studying on the systems that are in our spacesuit in order to go outside. But it's completely worth it because it's so fun out there.
Thank you. Our next question is from first grader Axel Patchell.
What is a typical day like for you on the International Space Station?
Well, actually, it's pretty busy. We get up, well, Peggy gets up earlier than I do, but we get up pretty early, work out. We have to do about 2.5 hours of working out a day in order to keep our bones and muscles from atrophying or losing part of our bones. And then we have just science and we fix things, science and we fix things.
Science and we fix things.
And we keep stuff clean and running and change out parts. So we're just very busy. The biggest part of our day is science, 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 science. So we do almost 300 experiments over my 6-month mission we'll be involved in. And so we just keep very busy, and all of it's fun. So we do almost...
Thank you. Our next question is from 3rd grader Ryan Dominic.
How is electricity for the space station generated, and what happens when the power goes out?
Well, we have really big solar arrays. So the size of the space station, if you go from corner to corner on the solar arrays, is about as big as a football field. It's huge, makes tons of power. And then those solar arrays charge batteries because every 90 minutes we go around the Earth. So there's about 45 minutes of light and 45 minutes of dark. So we charge up the batteries and then we use the batteries. If we have a problem, we have 8 different channels that we can use. So there's backups if we have a problem with our power. If we start losing too many channels, we have to start turning stuff off and lose science. Science, 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 science. So that's not a very good day. A lot of power.
Thank you. Our next question is from 3rd grader Victoria Granger.
Can you have animals in space? If so, do you have any with you?
We do. A lot of animals in space. We've had fish, we've had mice, fruit flies, and we use animals, and they help us in our studies of different parts of not only the human body, but in general. And, things that you wouldn't even know, like a fruit fly has a similar cardiac system to humans, and mice have similar bones. So we're able to look at the effects of zero-G on those animals, and it's very helpful.
Thank you. Our next question is from kindergartner Abby Gunn.
If something breaks on the space station or malfunctions, how will you fix it?
And I kind of missed that one.
Okay, the question was, if equipment on the space station breaks or malfunctions, how do you fix it?
Sorry about that. My ears are getting kind of old. It depends on what it is. Some things we have spares for that we can plug in new ones. Sometimes it's outside, so we get to do a spacewalk to fix it. That's cool. Or it's something where we have to kind of take it apart and replace parts or fix wires. So it just depends on what it is. All of it's very fun because you're doing it in space. You're doing it in space. You're doing it in space. And they typically design all of the systems so that we can do them easily here in zero gravity.
Some of NASA's latest space dreams came crashing down in Central Australia today. A giant helium balloon packed with expensive scientific instruments locked. Some of NASA's latest space dreams lost its mornings in high winds. As Anna Henderson reports, it cut a swathe through an airfield and sent onlookers running for their lives.
As technology innovation.
For me, it was actually but I don't really think it became a goal until I graduated from high school when the first female astronaut, and various mentors in college and graduate school, and when I started working at Rice. That's what made it possible, I think, to. Well, a typical day, we wake up and look at the messages from the ground, big activities that we do. Plus, you know, we have over 200 investigations on things that we're used to on the ground. Still on.
Well, you know, I everything here, my dad always said that if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. It's not really work. It's just fun. It's like playing fort almost, only you're changing the world while you do it. And then on the off time, the other morning I was working out and on our machine making a difference on the ground and for the future of humanity as well. So it's an incredible job.
You're making a great difference, I have to say. You think that students should be focusing, or should they be thinking about other subjects? What do you think are the opportunities for young students wanting to be involved in space?
Sir, absolutely. I think
Search flat Earth.
You think that students should be focusing?
We can build the infrastructure we need for the future exploration. We can build these just have an explosion of activity. Expensive, hard, complex task of going further. And
I have to say there's tremendous military application in space.
And that'll be very exciting.
I just want to thank you very much. And Dr. Whitson, congratulations. Amazing. What an amazing